big ol' unfortunate game crash there for me. Let's try to hurry up and get back in here. Apologies, streamers. Apologies. The qualifier has begun, though. Everyone should probably just still be on their out lap. I don't think we were gone that long. Let's take a look. Got F. Oliveira out here. I gotta reset all this stuff. Okay. Plenty of space between themselves and anyone else. They won't be helping anyone along. Meanwhile, got some drivers still bunched up together, which is fine right now. We're still very early on in the lap. But, you know, plenty of time to start spreading yourselves out. We've got a while before we'll start seeing any lap times. These players are on their out lap right now, which... Uh-oh. We are out in the grass. The out lap around here is very long. It's okay to whip it around, Muir. No tire wear. There you go. Lobby here for a lot of, a lot of people said they were canceling. We're at about 9. It's not full capacity, but that is a good amount of racers for this race. A couple of people in here contending for the championship. Let's go back to the GT3 standings here. In Division 1, Muir is in 3rd in the division. So, Muir probably looking to increase here. Now, Muir is sitting at 261 points, and the leader has 296 points. I don't think... Sorry, the leader, by the way, is Tommy Kun, who I do not see. I don't know if Tommy has a substitute today to help them out, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Tommy's going to get no points or if there's a sub in here to get the points for them. But let's take a look and see how many points are awarded to the winner. Let's say Muir wins this. How many points does he get? Or if anyone just knows the answer, let me know. Let's see, F. Oliveira starting their first lap here. Impact Racing. Definitely not a whole lot of separation between drivers here, and you have to wonder if people are not understanding the directive of no slipstream. But that's gonna be up to the stewards to take a look at during qualifying. but you know, this being the last round, I am shocked that anyone would even take a chance at having their qualifying not count or having to start at the back of the pack here. There's a chance for points for everyone. GUI, of course, sitting pretty decently in the standings. GUI's in 7th place in the championships. Renatao, I do not know. They may be subbing for someone. I'm not sure who they're subbing for. But they have not been, they're not in the Division 1 standings. Bad guy Cali sitting 9th place in the division on his first outlap here. Almost at the end of the lap for the leaders, so we're going to start seeing some lap times coming in real soon. Just a few more corners left. It's such a big track, it seems like we're waiting for so long. Sorry, let me silence my phone. F. Oliveira in the last corner. Oliveira puts down a 324.4. Chompy comes in with a 324.6. Biggie 325.8. J. Miguel also 325.8. Gooey 324.9. Renatao 326.8. 326. Bad guy Cali 329 for Akai. Gonna want to improve on those 26s and the 29 for sure, And we have one more yet to cross the line. Muir, if I'm not mistaken, yes. Muir about to cross the line. And where is our 3rd place driver going to put? Muir puts up a 325.6 for 4th place. And now we all do it again. Good looking field of race cars. Love this class. Oliveira F is subbing for Tommy Khan. Okay, Renatao is subbing for Diogo Type R. Not sure about Platinum. I see. Okay, so F. Oliveira is subbing for our points leader in the championship, Tommy Khan, and Renatao subbing for Diogo, who is sitting in 4th place in the championship. Platinum, unfortunately, we're not sure about Platinum being in 2nd place. Should have somebody racing for them, I would say. I would say it's probably worth it. Meanwhile, F. Oliveira is going to round the final corner again to come in for a lap. J. Miguel sitting in the pits, not sure if they're just gonna start over here or what. Louis sets a new time and goes up to 1st place with a 3:24. Renatao gets himself a 3:25.8. Bad Guy increases to a 3:25.6. Sits up there in 4th place now. Chompy's in 3rd, by the way, with I'm not sure what Chompy has, 3:24.6. It's there for 3rd. Looking really good through that first curvy section out of the lap. That beautiful Mercedes AMG GT. Great looking car here. Now, before the lobby went down, I'd seen someone in the Mazda RX Vision car, but they don't seem to be in here anymore, so I guess that was a red herring. Thought we had somebody entering the new car. Only 2.5 minutes remaining in qualifying. A 15-minute qualifier goes by quickly when your laps are 3.5 minutes. You don't get a whole lot of chances at going quick. GUI looks real quick here. Less than 0.2 slower than their last time in that sector, but that's not that big a difference. This could still be a very quick lap for them. They could pad that lead a little bit more because they are less than 1/10 faster than F. Oliveira's fastest time. So if Oliveira can keep the performance up, coming through to second to last corner here. Hit that pretty well. We go through the kink here, full throttle, full commit. Not crossing that pit-in line. Chompy with a 3:24.4 goes first. F. Oliveira does not improve their time, so Chompy actually takes that 1st place. Here comes GUI's already crossed the line. Here comes Bad Guy, Cali to cross the line. Let's see what they do. It's going to be a slow one. It's a 3:27. Must have had an issue there. Chompy surprising everyone with that jump up to 1st place there. Now they're going to get one last lap because they did cross the line. F. Oliveira getting a purple 1st sector there, so we've seen a quick lap. Oliveira here. That means they are faster than anyone else in that sector. They just went faster than anyone else. Muir with a 25.5 gets themselves up to 4th place. Good fighting chance, and they should be able to finish out another lap. Yep, they're gonna get to go full speed here. Let's see where F is sitting at the end of this sector. They're about to cross the line now. 2/10 down. Oh, Muir tapping the wall, and that's going to be the end of that lap for them. Yeah, Muir's going to go ahead and park it. So we have our leader, Chompy Gooey, in 2nd place by less than a 10th on Chompy, and F. Oliveira still on fast laps, trying to see who's going to get that first row spot. F. Oliveira 3.5 tenths down on that sector. Gonna have to find some time somewhere. Unfortunately, I can't see all sector times here. Or we can do live timing. Actually, can I tell if a sector was purple? No, you can't really. You can see what the sector time was, though. Gooey, Chompy, and F. Oliveira coming to the end of a lap here, entering that final sector. So let's go live and watch they cross the line, see what time they put together. Chompy hitting that final hairpin. Looks clean, look real smooth. No drama there. I can't get the in-car camera angle. Final kick for Chompy. F. Oliveira improves their time to a 24.4, but it's not enough to dethrone Gooey. Gooey does not improve, but F. Oliveira literally just knocks 0.02 off of their fastest time there, and that's just not going to be enough. So we have Chompy in front. F. Oliveira is going to be next to them. I'm sorry, Gooey is going to be next to them, front row. Then F. Oliveira, Bad Guy Cali in 4th by almost a second. So that's a big gap there between the top 3 and the rest of the crew here. The gaps are smaller as you go back through 8th place, but then you got a big 1.2 second gap to Akai in 9th. Now the race is not the qualifying, for sure. You have a lot of things that are going to come into play, including slipstream, since this is a very slipstream heavy track. So people who couldn't get a lap time without the slipstream may very well be contenders if they're able to stay in the pack and stay within battling range. Let's begin. Take a look at that quali order. You can't see it. It'll just go straight to the final. Well, I guess you can go through like this. You'll see all the names. Chompy Gooey, F. Oliveira, J. Miguel in 4th. Oh, J. Miguel taking that time away from Bad Guy Cali by 0.2. J. Miguel getting in there. Then Bad Guy Cali. Then you have Biggie, Muir Hafiz, Renatao, and then Akai Suisse. Now it is time. Final race. About an hour. 16 laps. gonna go green soon. There we go. There we go. Anyone stuck? No one stuck. Good standing start here. There we go. Now we can get a camera angle, an in-car angle here. Everyone through the first turn very, very well, or very cleanly. It looks like Gooey ran away with the start here. Despite Chompy starting in first place, Chompy just not getting as good a start off the line in that in their Supra. For some reason, they end up behind F. Oliveira, who themselves is behind Gooey. So a little shuffling there. Meanwhile, J. Miguel still in fourth, Viggy right behind him, your Haffis, and bad guy Callie down to 7th place here from where they were sitting in 5th. So a bit of a shuffle there as well with the Beatles, Renatao giving bad guy Callie some pressure. Akai Suisse in the end following. Watch this opening lap unfold here. Chompy's gotten out ahead of F. Oliveira through the turns. Let's see if they're able to get away from them and start attacking Gooey. Gooey really enjoyed a first half of the lap without any issue. Chompy starting to look alive behind Gooey, but is also towing F. Oliveira along with them, so it's not like they're going to get some easy pass. They're going to have to start looking behind as well and start making sure they're not letting any battle with Gooey slow them down. We'll see if there's a battle at all, actually. Biggie, 4th place. What does that livery say? That is Puerto what? I don't speak Spanish, so maybe someone else can help. Oh! In the grass a little bit. It looked like they were oversteering, but maybe it was just our camera angle, because they don't look like the car was too disturbed going into the next corner, but I feel like something happened there, because J. Miguel is all of a sudden right up on them. You see our leaders still getting it along pretty well here. J. Miguel tucked in behind Viggy. Doesn't seem to be in a hurry to do anything. Just good to be right along. Jay Miguel, always a driver to watch. Jay Miguel's being pretty quick. Sometimes has bad luck on track, unfortunately. But Jay Miguel's given us some really good battles through the season. Drivers still in contention for the title are Tommy Khan, Platinum, Your Happis, Diogo Type R, Chompy, Jay Miguel, Gooey, Hasnane, Bad Guy, Caligula. Is that their full name? Is that supposed to say Bad Guy Caligula? Thank you for the update. Some drama back there. Muir's gonna tap the wall, just wide in the grass, lost the car. Luckily, damage is off, so they're able to just kind of jump right back into the slipstream line behind the other three Beetles. Nemesis jumping in, offering legendary Scottish quesadillas to the rest of the room. I'm starving, so I'll take it. I don't know what a Scottish quesadilla is, but at this point, I'll eat anything. Haven't had breakfast, and it's 3:30. Doing great. Leaders, Gooey, Chompy, F. Oliveira, they are starting to build a 2-second gap on the rest of the field here. Viggy desperately trying to catch them. Viggy was in the clutch to Jay Miguel a few moments ago, but looks like Jay Miguel's got problems of their own with Bad Guy Cali behind them. Not quite. Bad Guy's not in attack position, but Jay Miguel's no longer right up on Viggy. Viggy bringing that gap down to F. Oliveira, down to 1.5. Was half a second bigger literally a few corners ago, so maybe we'll see some speed out of Viggy here. I think just from the little bit that I watched in practice, consistency was an issue. Now, Avalarian, do you know who Viggy is subbing for? Viggy is not someone... Well, yes, we have. Oh, yeah, okay, yep, I see it. Viggy, LPS Viggy down in 12th for the season. They just weren't here for the last race. I don't know why I don't remember Viggy from any previous races. They've only missed one according to the point standings. But, Stranger Things, I have forgotten Stranger Things. More important things, so I'll allow it. I'm starting to see some separation from Gooey here, and F. Oliveira with a Chompy right up on his diffuser, so I wonder if F. Oliveira maybe made a mistake there. Now's not the time. Y'all have got to run away because there's an angry Porsche right behind you, and they are getting closer and closer to being within slipstream range. It's pretty much all you need to catch up to someone around here. Now, dirty air is also an issue, as you can imagine, because outside of the straights, this track is very, very curvy. It's a very wide track, which means you take those turns at pretty high speed because you got a lot of space to play with, and so your downforce really comes into play. And like a lot of other races around here, you don't want to let somebody else's dirty air catch you out. That doesn't mean not to follow closely. Absolutely follow closely. Save your fuel. Use that slipstream. It will come in handy in between those corners. But you're going to have to remember to brake early, to turn in early, to really let the speed and momentum gained through slipstream carry you through, but not to take you over the top and have you miss a few corners. You can see Jay Miguel kind of falling behind Bad Guy Cali here as they go through these turns. And that's going to ebb and flow like that, you know, depending on how good J. Miguel is in following in the slipstream through curves. But you can see that gap was kind of, it was accordioning a little bit, but I think J. Miguel's back up on it through this long straight, right back up on Bad Guy Cali, so doing a good job to use that. Meanwhile, we're seeing more separation at the back. Akai 2.5 seconds behind Renatal. But back up front, Gui with a 1 second gap and growing on F. Oliveira and Chompy. So, you know, Chompy is probably starting to look at, hey, do I need to make a move to get past F. Oliveira to try to catch up back up to Gui, or do I keep cooperating with F. Oliveira and just kind of using some fuel savings or saving my tires to get me the speed a little bit later in the race? Those are the kinds of decisions that these drivers have to make for themselves. No one has an engineer here. No one has, I mean, you could have a friend maybe in a party with you to give you advice, but it's not like real racing where all the driver has to do is drive and follow instructions from an engineer. The driver also typically has to decide, am I going to save fuel? Am I going to save tires? Am I going to go all out? Am I going to make this pass? Am I going to wait? You know, how many laps until I need to fuel up? You have to think about all of that, and also remember, what's my braking point? What's my turn in? How is that affected by the fact that I'm carrying more speed now, or less speed? It's harder than you think. Chompy doing a good job to be well inside of F. Oliveira's air through that long left-hander. As you saw, they were able to keep a nice tight line in there, and that keeps you from the worst of the dirty air. Someone in front of you, if you can take a more in longer corners, if you can be inside of them, because that air is coming off, you know, to the outside of their wing, you can usually hold your line a little bit better. At Valerian, you're going to try and bring as many accurate race and standings updates as possible. Thank you, because I don't feel like doing it. I'm not good at it. How about that? How many points, by the way, do you get for a first place finish in this race? And have we doubled points or anything for this round, or is it still normal points? Can you get us the points breakdown for, I guess, the top 5 finishes? Been looking good, just kind of cruising along together. Not a whole lot of drama from them outside of that moment that we saw from Muir, which they were able to catch fairly easily. Now, this isn't really going to be the strongest track for the Beatles. They're not slow by any means, but they're not known for acceleration and top speed and that sort of a thing, so they're really gonna have to take advantage of the fact that they're just really grippy and handle very well in the turns. But you know, they're not gonna be keeping up with the big thundering V8 of, like, you know, up here, big twin turbo V6 from F. Oliveira. Same from Chompy. These are cars that are known for being pretty fast in a straight line around here. And this is a really good track for them to do it in. Meanwhile, Bad Guy Cali with a bit of a gap now on Muir Havis and J. Miguel. I did see a position change. We did see that between J. Miguel and Muir Havis. It seemed like Miguel was happy to just go ahead and let Muir go. And just follow behind, but I wonder if that slowed him down regardless, because now it's a bit of a bigger gap to Bad Guy than we had before. Renatal is not really having a good race by themselves. Renatao subbing for Diogo Type R, who is pretty high in the order in the standings here. So you have to wonder if this is an issue for them. Diogo being in 4th place. That said, Renatao could be on a different strategy. Could be slow because they're saving fuel. Don't know. Not sure. Either way, probably not what Diogo wants to see. We're sitting 2nd to last. We are on lap 5, so we're about a third of the way through this race already. Lap race brings us to about 56 minutes of racing. If I did my math right, 16 times, you know, just about 3.5. It's a 3.5 minute lap time around here. Well, a little less. So, it probably isn't a full 56 minutes, but somewhere around the 1 hour mark is what this race should run. That's the idea. So far, everyone behaving, getting along. Bad Guy Cali increasing their gap to the other Beatles by 1.5 seconds. Jay Miguel is going to be side by side with Muir here. Just probably due to slipstream. I think that was a little bit of a touch between them there. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's just lag and the car kind of jerks and it looks like they got touched, but it was just a lag jerk. But either way, Jay Miguel passed. Muir half is there. Renatao in the race Beetle catching up to them. Ooh, bit of oversteer coming out of that hairpin. Really easy to do right there. It's very slow, and these cars are very powerful. So slow way down. You got less downforce moving over that rear wing, so the rear end's a little lighter than you expect. And you get on that throttle, and you know, 550 horsepower light up your rear wheels. But not too worse for the wear. Didn't spin it or anything like that. Our leaders all into the pits. Wow, look at F. Oliveira's fuel number there. GUI has a little bit less fuel than them, but F. Oliveira really saving a ton right there. Taking fuel as well. I think everyone's going to take fuel. Pretty much. I don't see anyone jumping out quickly. Our leaders are back off away. GUI, Akai Suisse not pitting yet, and so sits in 2nd place right there. F. Oliveira is going to have to try to get past them. And they're going to lose out on GUI. That's going to give GUI a chance here. F. Oliveira flashing their lights for Akai, but of course Akai does not owe F. Oliveira a position. They can give it to them to be nice, but they don't owe it. No blue flags in effect for this. Akai is still on the lead lap. This is not Akai being lapped. Akai just didn't pit. That's letting GUI really get away. GUI's got to put their head down right now. They've got cold tires. Put your head down, hit every mark. You can increase that gap by 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. Depends on how long Akai is going to be able to hold F. Oliveira off in that McLaren. F. Oliveira making a move in the straight here. Is it a move? They're not quite ahead of the McLaren. Right next to him, getting ahead. I think Akai lifted there. Maybe lifted there. The GTR does have longer legs than the 650, I think, but that looked like a duck out, a dip by Akai to go ahead and concede the position. That brings F. Oliveira 1.2 seconds behind GUI. And I'm pretty sure they came out of the pits much closer. It's what it looked like from the camera. It looked like they came out within half a second of them. Again, they had a little bit more fuel in the car. But, you know, taking your first 2 or 3 sectors behind a slower car with dead tires didn't help. Didn't help at all. Now it's going to be Chompy's turn to have to try to get around Akai Suisse when they hit them. See where the rest of the order is. Bad Guy Cali came out ahead of Muir Halfis, where we expected Biggie, surprisingly, ahead of Jay Miguel. Not sure if that happened in the pits or on track, because the action looks real close between them right here. Akai Suisse off track. Ooh, weird re-entry there. I hope they didn't mess Jay Miguel up. It doesn't look like they did. I'm not sure. The camera angle changed before I could see what happened there. But anyway, Biggie has split the Beatles up. And actually, what's probably happened, because Biggie was in fourth, wasn't he? It looks like the Beatles came out ahead of Biggie. That makes sense. They sip fuel a little bit more than the race Beetle 911. Renatao still in 8th. Akai Suisse down to last place again because of that off, and has not hit the pits. So they are really behind now. Really behind from staying out. We'll see if they're able to make it up. Let's go back up front. Let's see what that gap's looking like between GUI and F. Oliveira. Hey, Souza. Enjoy your vacation. Hope you're having a good time wherever you are. Staying safe. Just got a blue flag warning in effect for someone there, but no one's in pit lane, so I'm not sure who that was for. Getting it again. Is someone sitting in pit lane? I don't think so. Akai hopping in now, but no one was there, so I think just a weird glitch from the game. Thinking someone was being lapped back there. See, Akai's got to sit for what must seem like the longest pit stop ever in the history of pit stops, while they sit there and refuel. Trying to get back out there. Almost a full tank coming out of pit lane for the McLaren driver. Top threes back together again, sorta, not quite together, but getting there. Chompy is 2 seconds behind F. Oliveira, so just out of slipstream there. F. Oliveira is kind of in GUI slipstream, but just gonna get the tail end of it. It's not really gonna be much help. If they want to catch GUI up, they're gonna have to do it on their own. They're gonna have to do it with their cornering and their braking. I think the Mercedes has the advantage over the GTR there, if I'm not mistaken. But we know it's not only the car, it's also the driver. Meanwhile, this mid-pack looking a little bit racy. Jay Miguel looking inside of Viggy in the 911. Doesn't make it stick. I think they backed out of that. Saw that nose showing there as they got onto the bridge. Hoping they won't notice that they're not one of the Beatles. Day 11. I don't think they've realized I'm not a Volkswagen yet. Alright, that's enough race Beetle jokes. Ugh, Jay Miguel sideways, drifting that little Beetle around right there. Just caught it. That car is easy to catch mistakes in, very easy to drive. Really fun to drive car. Obviously, being a Polyphony digital creation, there's no Beetle GT3. I don't know that there's any rear-wheel drive race car new Beetle. You tell me. Kai 27 seconds behind the nearest competitor, having just pitted. GUI's increased their lead. It's 1.9 seconds now on F. Oliveira, almost 2 seconds. Chompy, though, still not able to catch as F. Oliveira also increases their lead on Chompy. That's 2.5 seconds, where before it was right at 2 seconds flat. So our front pack here starting to separate themselves by speed, though Chompy did have the fastest lap time. It came at the very last minute, though, so we'll get to take a look and see what Chompy's consistency looks like as they race by themselves without the aid of a slipstream here. pack still going strong. Renatao, of course, not giving up. 4.5 seconds behind J. Miguel. There's always a chance, so they're going to keep on racing. Same for Akai, so we say. Down in that gorgeous red and silver McLaren. So back to our leader and just watch them lap a little bit. Seconds that gap to F. Oliveira now. Livery there, probably from the wall hit, marring that beautiful Malaysian flag livery. You're jumping in front of Bad Guy, big dive, misses their braking, and slows Bad Guy down as well, on top of losing a position for themselves. Maybe about to lose another one is J. Miguel. Oh, J. Miguel has to tuck in behind. Isn't able to catch a slipstream with one of the other cars, but here comes Biggie inside of Bad Guy for the first turn. Biggie gonna go ahead and get that pass pretty easily. I'd say that was theirs, but are we starting to see the mid-pack wanna have a little fun with each other? Almost through the second stint of this race here. Expect to see people starting to pit in 2 laps or so. Depending on the exact strategy, some may wish to undercut. Somebody in this pack may want to get out of traffic and pit before everybody else just to try to run some fast laps. I take a look at that as an option, or maybe you want to stay with the pack, you want to pit with everyone else and keep that slipstream train going. Biggie decides that they want to lead it. Bad Guy Cali also wants to lead it. Bad Guy going inside for this hairpin, or not hairpin, but the long corner. Muir also taking a dive in there to get in, tucks in behind Bad Guy as well for a second. Throws themselves back out because they are off the line a little bit. Let's see if they're able to get back in at a decent time. No, Viggy's got that 911's body right in there. Everyone just trying to look for a parallel parking space here, just literally trying to see where their cars can fit. A big touch between Biggie and I think that was Bad Guy Cali's car. Not sure how the stewards are going to look at that. Bad Guy Cali not too affected there. I'm not sure exactly who to blame for that. Should be able to look back at it. That took forever. It didn't. It took forever to actually start the replay. Sorry guys, so we missed it. Well, did we? I think we did miss it. I'm not sure. Yeah, we did. These replays don't always work the way they're supposed to. It's fun times. And now we're frozen. I think I'm gonna have to get out of... Yeah. Let's go back to that fight. Nothing doing there. I'm checking with our leaders. Gooey got that gap looking huge. 2.93 seconds to F. Oliveira now. F. Oliveira's got to be wondering, well, where can I get Gooey? At this point, I'd start looking at maybe some fuel saving measures. Hopefully they've been looking at it for a while there. Try to get a little bit closer in the pits, if not jump completely. Chompy, not sure what happened there. 4 seconds between Chompy and F. Oliveira. That gap really big there. Though Chompy's pretty safe in the mid-pack. J. Miguel jumping in, gonna do exactly what I suggested somebody do. Just jump in earlier than everyone else, get the undercut, go run some quick laps and see if you can get past them when they pit. We'll see how that works out for them there. J. Miguel, of course, going to have to take enough fuel to get to the end of the lap. The end of the race, rather. Chicken, how's that battle looking between them? You get a lot of aggression in this pack during the racing, but unfortunately just not very well aimed aggression. You know, you saw that dive from Muir into the hairpin that just ended up with them going very wide, with Bad Guy Cali being able to easily get the over under there on them. Viggy, you know, battling and going back and forth. We've seen a bit of drama, a few touches here and there, and you know, I can't stress enough that it's just slow. If your pass isn't clean, it's slow. So pass cleanly, get it in rhythm. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, not always, but you're certainly not doing anyone any favors, knocking fenders and throwing people off track. Platinum is not present, effectively eliminating him from the championship fight. Got it. So, Platinum no longer in the fight, which is pretty sad because Platinum's our second place contender here. That brings Muir up to contention for second place. Muir sitting with 261 points. Now, if you recall, Tommy Khan is out. F. Oliveira is racing for them. Now, Muir, I don't think, even if they finished ahead of F. Oliveira, could jump them. Viggy out in the grass and is going to spin it into the wall. That's the end of that battle for Viggy. Back on track, unsafe. Return, spins it again, just too much gas. Just trying to get that Porsche around. They're gonna be kicking themselves right there. For losing out like that. Muir wins out on all of that. Is out ahead of Bad Guy Cali with a 1.2 second gap. We should probably see them pitting very soon here as they come to the end of a lap. J. Miguel just lapping all by themselves. Should come out without dealing with any traffic. Just looking at where they are on track right now. Jay Miguel's got 2 more corners to go, 3 more rather. Who's in the pits? Our leaders are in the pits. Gui, F. Oliveira, Chompy in there. Chompy with 1% fuel left, just bringing that thing out for everything it had. Mid-pack also in, so that's Muir in, Bad Guy Cali in. So let's see where Jay Miguel comes out. Jay Miguel, that last left-hand turn, coming up on the kink. Are they going to get out ahead of the 2 Beetles that they were racing with? No, I think I just saw a Beetle jump out. Did I? Maybe that was Chompy jumping out. That was Chompy. The 2 Beetles, Jay Miguel gets past them just barely. So Jay Miguel's strategy to jump into the pits ahead of them working out. They just barely got a good fast outlap. Got them ahead of them and out of traffic. Hopefully, if they can build up a gap and not have to deal with any fighting, they should be able to get away from Bad Guy Cali and Muir especially. So good job. Good strategy there by Jay Miguel. Good strategy call. Meanwhile, the order up front, F. Oliveira much closer to Gui after that pit stop. 1 second behind the Mercedes. So now's the time to fight. Now's the time to get closer. Got 7 laps left in the race. So that was the last stop. Chompy, unfortunately, coming out even further behind F. Oliveira. Chompy would have had to take a lot of fuel on to get to the end of this race. So I think third is going to be Chompy's spot to lose. I don't think they have first or second to gain. Oh, and we spoke too soon. Jay Miguel already in a battle with Bad Guy Cali and Emir Hafiz. Bad Guy Cali getting the position on Jay Miguel. So Jay Miguel's advantage there, not lasting very long. I have to wonder if maybe if they would have come out of the pits, come out of their fast lap just a little bit more ahead. 3 Beetles going 3 wide. A little bit of a touch. Muir Hafiz had to give up that position there. Jay Miguel's going to try to get a good line through this corner, try to over-under Bad Guy Cali. Doesn't quite get it. Ends up side by side with Bad Guy, though, into these S's. Gets a bit of a corner there. Good job. Oof, Muir. Over the curb, into the grass. The curbs, as you see, even affecting Jay Miguel there. That Beetle does not like big curbs at all. It's kind of small. It's low to the ground. And you end up skating over the curbs on the flat underbelly of the car instead of, you know, being on your rubber. And so that just slides you around if the curb is too wide or too high. Jay Miguel so far hanging on to their position, but man, they're really having to fight for it. They're having to fight for every single corner. Bad Guy with a move right there. Nice over-under move on them into this long left-hand sweeper. But Jay Miguel still on the inside for the next corner. Has to tuck in. Has to tuck in. Bad Guy gets it. Like I said, having to fight for every single corner here. Now Jay Miguel's going to have to worry about Muir Hafiz following behind. On the one hand, you want to stay inside the corner so Muir doesn't, you know, follow Bad Guy Cali around you and get the corner. But then you want to be right behind Bad Guy Cali so you can get that slipstream so Muir Hafiz doesn't get on you. Oh, this is... Okay, 3 wide into that turn. Not really what you would expect there. Muir Hafiz does get the corner going way inside, but I think Bad Guy Cali needed Jay Miguel to turn in a bit sooner as they were on the outside of the corner there, just touching Jay Miguel's Beetle. Jay Miguel trying to figure out whose slipstream is going to be more advantageous. Wow, not looking real good for Jay. Jumping into the pits early on, earlier than these two, to try to get away from them, to try and finish up the race ahead of them. Instead, gets caught up in a battle with them. Of course, their tires are going to be 1 lap more worn than these two, and so battling with them can only be advantageous to them. I'm sure they would have liked to Stop pressing that. They would have liked to get out of there and save tires to the end of the lap. Good battle. Those Beatles are fighting so much I can't keep my exact numbers, any exact numbers of the provisional standings. No worries. I guess the only standings that matter are at the end of it. Gooey pulling half a second on F. Oliveira here, so F. Oliveira starting to lose that advantage that they gained in the pit stop there. Muir Havis, meanwhile, with a gap to Bad Guy Cali. Bad Guy Cali is going to have to keep fighting Jay Miguel. He's not going to get a break. None of these drivers want to give up on this fourth place battle. This battle over fourth, rather. And I love to see it. Meanwhile, Renatao still just kind of lapping. Viggy unfortunately lost out on the fourth place battle, if you recall, spinning it out and then spinning it again, trying to get back on track. Very interesting moment getting back on track there. They kind of cut across Renatao to do it, and then ended up spinning themselves out anyway, right back into the wall. Gooey's gap, huge. Not sure what happened to F. Oliveira there, but clearly something happened. That gap going from 1.5 seconds to 5.5 in a blink of an eye. F. Oliveira must have had a moment off track. So they are actually closer to Chompy, who was once 8 seconds behind. Provisional top 3 in points. Standings: Tommy Khan, Muir Hafiz, Diogo Type R. So for those of you who have missed who our substitutions are, the provisional top 3, if you're looking at this race, are F. Oliveira, Muir Hafiz, and then who's here for Diogo? Was it Renatao? Renatao here for Diogo Type R. Those are the top 3 in points. Let's see, we got the 2.911s here. I think Viggy is the quicker driver. Yeah, Viggy getting that position there as Renatao made a big mistake. Tapped the wall, that would have slowed them way down. Be interesting to see if these two battle a little bit. Renatao poking the nose out, trying to get into Viggy's mirrors coming into that second to last corner. Viggy unfazed, takes the line perfectly, not paying attention to whatever's going on behind. Meanwhile, up front, at this point, it's definitely Gooey's race to lose. Well done to Gooey for hanging on to first place after a phenomenal start. I think Gooey started in second place and got the jump and was up in first by well over a second for a while there. Oh, F. Oliveira back out in the grass. Just gonna slow them down even more. They are starting to fall to Chompy's clutches. Chompy 3.8 seconds behind. Maybe starting to see a little bit of hope. A light at the end of the tunnel, but we'll see. I think F. Oliveira is gonna have to keep making mistakes for Chompy to really get up there. Muir, meanwhile, hasn't had much to worry about lately. Whoa. What happened to Jay Miguel? Jay Miguel and Bad Guy Cali were battling, and now Jay's gone. 3 cars back, actually. Jay falling all the way back to behind Viggy and Renatao. So we missed some drama there. And not good drama. Jay Miguel trying really, really hard to get position, to get that 4th place. I think Jay's pretty much had to fight this entire race, and it just has not come to them, unfortunately. Let's see, where's Jay sitting in the championship? I believe sitting up in 6th place, sitting fairly high in the championship, but you know, they are going to fall further down if they finish behind Renatao and Viggy. So it's just not really looking good for Jay Miguel. Now, granted, we have 3.5 more laps left in this race, and they're long laps, so there's still a decent amount of racing left to be had. But you're starting to see a lot of these battles have relaxed. Our mid-pack battle completely relaxed. The cars are very well gapped. Once J. Miguel fell out of it, it was a wrap. Mir Hafiz was already building a gap to Bad Guy Cali and J. Miguel. Biggie handling Renatal pretty handily, getting past, and already gaps to them. Akai Suisse was never really into any fights today, so that is this race. I think finally at a point of just full maturity. Just take it home at this point. Let's bring it home, keep it on the track, keep your position. Like I said, we got some people getting closer here. Chompy, that gap down to 3.2 seconds between Chompy and F. Oliveira, so you don't know. We could see something go down in this last lap, maybe. You never know. With racing, it's not like, you know, it's not like a stick and ball sport, right? It's not like basketball. You can see the other team's up 20. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Maybe you start to leave so you don't catch traffic, right? You know, it's the 6th inning. One team's up by a whole lot. You start to leave early. Not racing. Racing, you stay because something could happen. Something could happen in the last corner. You just never know. Muir has to be really, really happy with themselves. Muir, of course, having to fight really hard from the jump of this race. I think Muir started this race out in 7th place, something like that. Basically had to fight and wrestle and put that Beetle in place to get up to 4th place. I'm guessing that there will be steward actions on this race, so I can't say that our final order will really be our final order for the mid-pack, as there was a lot going on there. Of course, it's up to players to report any contact that they think hindered their race in any way, so we'll see if reports come in and if the stewards take any action on those issues. Short shifting this thing. I'm guessing just trying to make sure that they make it to the end of this race with the fuel they've got. See, on corners where they don't necessarily need to ring it out, they are shifting it at the halfway mark, where before on these straights we're getting about 3/4 of the way through the shift indicator bar before he pulls another gear. actually in the wall. Is that okay? Maybe it was lag for me. That was weird. Okay, looks like it was just lag. This is gooey, not in a wall, not stopped. The game just didn't know where he was. Kind of got the short end of the stick on that mid-pack battle there. Gooey crosses the line to start the final lap of the race. 15 laps in. Another bit of lag there for us. There's the real Gooey. Another Gooey in the wall is fake. In any case, 16 laps in, led most of them, 15 laps. Now just to take a final parade lap around the track. I'd take it nice and easy, not much to update. Thank you for letting us know though. Meanwhile, Oliveira in a really good place for championship leader Tommy Kahn. Doing pretty well for themselves as well. After qualifying in first place, fell to third after the first round of pit stops, I believe, and never quite regained it. Or never regained it, period. Muir fighting on and off track for pretty much the entirety of the race. We saw a lot of stuff go down with Muir, and to finally be sitting here in fourth place must feel good for them. Same for bad guy Callie, to round out the top 5 here. Unfortunately, Biggie and Jay Miguel losing out on that big battle that we were watching for a while there. Biggie went out first. Big spin, we talked about it. Couldn't recover quick enough. Just really got behind their pack there. It's out for 7 for Diogo Type R. Diogo sitting in 4th place in the championship. This finish won't be great for them, but big deal. Still a pretty good, clean race ran by Renatal, who was a substitute. For all I know, Renatal has no practice around here, not sure. But they have done a decent job. Haven't seen him off track yet. And that's better than I can say for myself. Gooey is going through the final straight here. It looks so short on the track map, but it's actually a really long straight. That's just how big this track is. Gets through it. Feels like it takes forever for him to get through it. They're gonna enter this last kink here, and they'll be across the line with a win. A big win, 7.8 second gap to F. Oliveira. And they're across the line. F. Oliveira is going to come in here with barely any fuel left in the tank. Boom, for second for friend Tommy Khan. Chompy coming in for themselves in third place. Really good high points placement for Chompy. Chompy there was sitting in fifth place in the championship. In fact, they're only 8 points behind Diego Typer, so I think Avalarian, check my math here, but I think third place points should be enough to put Chompy up above Diego Typer for third in the championship. I couldn't find the race points because I never did pull up the rules for this division. Didn't pull up the points rules. You're checking right now. Thank you for letting me know. I think I got it pulled up, but I will still wait for a good race for GUI. Congratulations to our top three drivers, GUI, F. Oliveira, and Chompy. Good race to you guys. J. Miguel, sad face. Oh, J. Miguel already bouncing out. Not feeling it. Doesn't feel like staying. Alright, we're just going to wait on Avalarian to let us know if with that third place finish, does Chompy gain a place in the championship. It would be nice. The points are pretty high in Division 1. The points that you win for your finishes, and they're not that far behind Diego Type R. Renatao being Diogo's person. Substitute. Chompy says it was his insane runoffs. Whatever it was. I don't know. Is that why he got third place? Runoffs? Avalarian has disappeared. Message retracted. So you know what? Let me do the math here. So let's see. Not regulations. Standings. Chompy had 246 points. They just got third place. That's worth 68 points. So 246 plus 68 puts him at 314 points after this race. Diogo Type R was sitting at, where's Diogo's name? There we go, 254 points. Renatao finished where? 8th, was it? Race results. Please. Renatao finished in 7th place. Renatao getting 7th place points. That's 56 points for 310. That puts Chompy ahead of Diogo Type R by 4 points. Granted, now it's only 4 points, and we don't know what's going to happen with the points in the mid-pack. Everything from 4th place to 7th is probably up for contention, depending on any contacts or reports from the stewards. So we should get a final answer on that through the week on that. But potentially, congratulations, Chompy, on your provisional 3rd place in the championships. And let's see if, you know, any penalties going to any of the Beetle drivers or even Viggy are going to bring Renatao up and give them a few more points there. But good job to everyone. Y'all have a good night. This was fun. GT3 was really fun. Thanks y'all for watching. Everyone enjoy themselves.